Alright, I just did a short video on funny detective movies, and here's one on serious detective movies. Okay, the best detective movie in my opinion is the Maltese Falcon with Humphrey Bogart, where Sam Spade is in search of this guy right here, the Maltese Falcon. You can see Sam back there with a picture holding it, but here's one. It's a replica of the Maltese Falcon. I don't think it's a real one, but that's one of my favorite detective movies. Another one with Humphrey Bogart is called Humphrey Bogart is playing Detective Philip Marlowe, and it's called The Big Sleep. This is one excellent detective movie, and these are just like, I don't know how old they are, but they're classics. I highly recommend Humphrey Bogart in his detective roles. Another, let's see, Tom Selleck. It's not really a detective movie, but he plays a ex-police officer. I think he's ex, but he becomes sheriff or chief. Well, let's see, the head sheriff in a little town in New England somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but he's done about 6 or 7 of these Jesse Stone movies that are very good. This is Stone Cold. There's one called Night Passage, one called Thin Ice, another one called Sea Change, and Death in Paradise. I really like Tom Selleck in this role. And of course, like I said before, well, another one of my favorite detectives is an old one, and this is of course Basil Rathbone. He's Sherlock Holmes, and most people, or some people, consider him the world's greatest detective, and I think he is pretty good in that role. And a few more detective movies are Jeremy Brett does a real excellent job of portraying Sherlock Holmes, and another great detective is Peter Falk in Columbo. He was hilarious, and you know, serious hilarious, but very good. And of course, I haven't forgotten Dirty Harry sitting back there, one of the best detectives, nice and violent. And there's Perry Mason. Is that detecting, or is that just lawyering? Okay, there's some of my serious detective movies, and of course there's lots of good books about Sherlock Holmes. So that's it for serious detective movies. Knuckle bump.